All right, so the reason that it's very difficult to use longitude and latitude when we're talking about a topographic map is because longitude and latitude get divided up into very small increments, but not small enough to be able to be readily used on this scale of a map. Also, this map, for all intents and purposes, is flat because it's not large enough to need to correct for the circular nature of the Earth. So, what people have done, scientists have done, is they've changed the coordinate system on the maps that we use, flat maps, from using longitude and latitude to using UTM. UTM stands for Universal Transverse Mercator System, but you don't need to know that. All you need to know is that it's UTM. So instead of using degrees, minutes, and seconds, the UTM grid uses meters, which is a very easy thing to remember. The 0 for the eastings and westings. So the 0 degree for the northings, which is very similar to latitude, would be what if it's similar to latitude? What's the 0 degree for latitude?
The equator.
The equator, right. So the 0 meter for the northings of UTM is again the equator. Everybody take a quick look at your map and find. Can I get you to come up and take a look at this real quick, please? Find on the right side of your map, you're going to see a 3866 written about halfway up. That is an example of a UTM northing. Okay? What that means literally is that line is 3,866,000 meters north of the equator. Okay? So instead of using degrees, minutes, and seconds, we're just using meters. What they do is they leave off the trailing 000 just to save space and time on these maps. The same thing is true if we look at a vertical line. So we were looking at a horizontal line. Now if we look at a vertical line, we see that the measurement for this at the top is 629. 629 again leaves off the zeros, so if we put 3 zeros behind that, we see that we have 629,000 meters. In this case, it's going to be meters east for the easting. The 0 for the easting is not something that I am 100% sure of what it is. It's not the prime meridian, and I should probably look it up and get a better feel for it, but it's not important for what we're doing. What is important for what we're doing is we know from some arbitrary point, that line is 629,000 meters east of it. Okay? So now that we have the coordinates of the intersection of these two lines, which is here, right? It would be 629 meters east and 3866 meters north, this line and this line. We can get a very broad area of where it's intersecting. But as you can see, that doesn't help us a whole lot because there's lots of places that are within these small grid squares that don't fall exactly on where two of them intersect. So now we need to be able to break that down further and find out exactly how many meters there are by deciding what these zeros should be. So in the next video, we're going to learn how to do that.